I've owned my Glowforge for about a month now, so I thought I'd make a video showing everyone what it's like to own one of these things, what I loved about it, what I didn't like so much about it. So if you want to know what it's like owning one of these bad boys, stick around. Okay, so the first thing we should talk about when it comes to the Glowforge is when you first get it, looking at that box sitting in your living room floor is really intimidating. It's a big machine and you really don't know what you're supposed to do with it when you first get it. So yes, it's intimidating. I highly encourage you to get that box open, unpack it, read all the information in terms of instructions on use, and then start creating things immediately. Because the more you start using it, the more familiar you get with it, the less intimidating it becomes. That goes with anything really. So yeah, it's a hugely daunting machine when it comes to what the hell am I supposed to do with this thing? But once you get into it, it is a lot of fun. So that's super important. Second thing is, this thing is slow. Man, this thing takes its time. I guess there's a reason why they nicknamed it the Slow Forge, because yeah, it does take its time. It's not in a hurry to do anything. So it's kind of like being stuck behind somebody in a mall when you're trying to get around them at Christmas time. That's what it feels like. It's like, come on, come on, come on. Anyway, if you're running a business off this thing, it's worth noting because money is time and time is money. So if you've got to get through several projects or multiple projects during the day, and speed is of the essence to you with your business, then you may want to upgrade to the Plus or the Pro, because according to Glowforge on the site, the engraving and cutting speeds for the Plus and the Pro are faster by a magnitude of 2 and 3, depending on which one you get, than the basics. So that's worth noting. Or if, power and speed is absolutely of the utmost importance to you, then you may consider getting a more powerful, faster laser, like a Boss Laser, Thunder, Trotec, Mira. There's numerous laser cutters on the market that you could also get as an alternative. I encourage you to get the Glowforge, obviously, because I love this machine, and I'm going to go through a lot of the stuff that I do love about it. There are some negatives, so we will have to mention those too. I wouldn't be doing you guys any favors or the machine any justice if I just mentioned all the good things about it, not some of the stuff that I actually didn't really like about it too. So there is a third thing is when I started researching the Glowforge, I noticed that my brain was going a mile a minute thinking of millions and billions of things that I could create with a laser cutter. It's nonstop. When I tell you that your brain is going to be full of ideas, I do not exaggerate. You have to focus on a few things because it's overwhelming. And I think that kind of lends itself to the intimidation factor as well. Because let's face it, we do a ton of research about something like this because it's a big investment, right? You're spending thousands of dollars on this thing. So it is an investment. And you spend all this time researching it and reading, forum posts and Facebook group posts and watching YouTube videos, learning about the Glowforge. And it can be super intimidating when you've got all these amazing ideas. You don't even know where to begin. So focus on a few things that kind of like make you feel good, that resonate with you, that you're passionate about. Because it really is important that you're creating things that you enjoy too, right? There's a lot of, to be said for, making things that are going to be successful in the marketplace if you are thinking of running a business off of your Glowforge. But also, there's a lot to be said for doing projects that you really, really engage with, that you're passionate about, that you love to do. So I encourage you to take all those millions of ideas that you're going to have, and trust me, you'll have them, and just focus on a few select ones and get started. Just get really stuck in because, again, you get that kind of what I call analysis paralysis. And you can be analyzing all the stuff that you think you can do, and it becomes overwhelming and you never actually do any of them. So focus on a few things and just start. Just get into it, okay? The Glowforge has huge money making. When I say huge, The Glowforge has really, really great money-making potential, but I must stress that it is potential. It's entirely up to you how well you do with the business using the Glowforge or any other laser cutter for that matter. If you're marketing yourself properly, if you're branding yourself well, you got a great logo, you look like a business that people want to do business with, and you've got great product that resonates with your consumers, then probably you're going to do great. But know this, unless you catch lightning in a bottle, you're not going to be making thousands and thousands of dollars right off the gate with your Glowforge. It takes time. There's a lot of people online that talk about making the money back that they spent on their Glowforge within the first month or 2 months. That's wonderful, but chances are they probably already had a crafting business that existed already where the Glowforge was a piece of equipment that brought their business to the next level. So yeah, naturally, if they're already making money with projects and they've got a good customer base, then they're going to have that much easier a time making money that's going to pay off this huge investment. So be aware of that. Know that results will vary from person to person. Materials can cost. But even before we got the Glowforge here, I was buying all kinds of things like an inline fan, like adapters, like upgraded duct hose. Not duct toes, duct hose. So you're going to run into expenses even before this thing arrives on your doorstep. Materials cost, and you're going to be consuming them on a regular basis too. So, plywoods, acrylics, leathers, whatever it is you're going to be engraving and cutting on your laser cutter, your Glowforge, is going to cost you money on an ongoing basis. Masking tape, adhesive tape or glue, paints if you're going to be painting or staining your projects as well. Advertising if you're going to be running a business. So always be aware of the costs that are associated with this particular machine because, even before you get it, there's going to be expenses that you incur just to get this thing set up. The community, speaking of which, is absolutely amazing. One of the things that really sold me on the Glowforge was, first of all, the ease of use. Yes, we got that out of the way, but the community has been so helpful. It's a source of inspiration. It's a source of advice. It's a source of humor. I mean, people post, things that turn out great, things that turn out not so great. But it's a real resource that I encourage you to reach out to. Join as many Facebook groups as you possibly can and really be nice to the noobs as well. Once you get experience with your laser cutter, with your Glowforge, reach out to the people that are new and give them the insight that you needed as well when you were also new, because we were all new at one point, right? So just reach out to them and be helpful as you can with people who are new to the community. Totally get inspiration. You're going to see some amazing creations. It's mind-blowing what people are creating on the Glowforge. So yeah, join all these groups, get involved, and also share your experiences with the community as well. It's a great resource. Cleaning. This is something that is going to get dirty, right? Again, you're removing materials from something and they're blowing around inside the Glowforge and sticking to the sides of the inside of the Glowforge, the components, the fans, the lenses, the laser tube, all that stuff needs cleaning on a regular basis. Every 40 hours or so, you're going to want to wipe down the interior, and please trust me when I say this, follow the instructions that Glowforge put out for cleaning your Glowforge effectively and efficiently. There's a ton of misinformation out there, and I have seen a lot of Facebook posts where people have accidentally put the mirror back in backwards and cracked it, or they've dropped the lens while trying to clean it, not using the lens removal tool properly, or they've put fingerprints on the lenses because they've held the printer head wrong. Just know what you're doing when you go to clean this thing, and it should be a relatively easy and painless process. Just follow the way that Glowforge tells you to clean the machine and do it regularly, okay? One of the negatives about the Glowforge is that some of the materials you're going to cut and engrave with this thing reek to high heaven. I'm not kidding. Mirrored acrylic stinks so bad that you're going to want to be completely out of the room, if not out of the house, when that stuff is engraving or cutting. So you obviously have to be monitored. Don't leave the Glowforge unattended. I'm only kidding. But if you are going to leave the room, make sure you've got like a little camera or something set up that you can actually watch on your phone if you've got to leave the room and leave it unattended. It is like a toddler that's going to misbehave if you leave it for too long. So just be mindful of that. But yeah, mirrored acrylic, wow, it stinks bad. Like the wood isn't so bad. Cutting wood or engraving wood in the Glowforge isn't too bad. It smells kind of like burning campfire kind of thing. But when you get it on your fingers, when you're weeding and taking the masking tape off, afterwards it smells like you've been smoking cigarettes, which is kind of weird, but it does wash off. But yeah, make sure you got a good ventilation system. You may want to consider investing in an air scrubber, like an air purifier or an odor eater of some kind, because if you're going to be cutting or engraving the mirrored acrylic or acrylic in general, then yeah, you're going to want something to remove that smell because it's bad, like really bad. The results look great. Like mirrored acrylic, some of the stuff you can create with the mirrored acrylic's amazing. I've got some of these little coins that I made for a company, and they're made of, there we go. They're made of mirrored acrylic, as you can see, this rose gold mirrored acrylic, and they look amazing. But the smell, even now, like days later, it smells. It still smells. It's unreal. I don't know what it is. It's the off-gassing or something, the chemical components of this stuff, but wow, it smells bad. So make sure you got really good ventilation, okay? I saved the best for last. It is so much fun. Like, I am having a blast with this thing. Just watching it do its work it's fascinating to watch this thing just neat. It's so much fun to watch, so much fun to use. Again, you're going to think of a ton of things to do on it. But just do stuff for yourself for around the house. You can do amazing signs and really cool crafts and just make stuff. Just get in there and make stuff and have fun with it. It is a ton of fun, but the investment is so worth it. I highly encourage everybody to get one of these things. If you're thinking about it, just pull the trigger. You're going to love it. Again, it has huge money-making potential for you if that's what you want to use it for. You could just use it for family gifts and save yourself a bundle there. Like, you can make your own family's presents for birthdays, Christmases, anniversaries, Easter, Halloween, you name it. There's all kinds of projects available for that for you online, or you can create your own and then make them in the laser cutter or in the Glowforge. So that's the top 10 things that I've learned from owning the Glowforge for about a month now. I hope this has been helpful for you. Again, thank you so much for joining me on this video. Thanks for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thanks for all your support. Hit the notification bell so you get notified when we drop another video. And we really appreciate that like button being smashed too. Comment below if you loved it, if you didn't love it. Talk to us about what your experience has been like with your Glowforge, and share that information, share that journey and that joy with others as well. So thank you so much again for watching. Scott's out. Ciao.